Wait a minute, leading millions of people in the middle of a desert, with everybody bringing their problems to you, morning till night, argument
These
after
people have
argument,
many
complaint
problems,
after complaint,
and I have to
decision
help
after
them
decision,
carry their
no
burdens.
assistance, no breaks, no sleep, just people, a lot of people. And honestly, Moses was completely overwhelmed. But then, one man arrived at the camp, looked at the situation for one day, and said, "Moses, this is not good." That man was Jethro, and his advice would completely change the future of Israel forever. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we are diving into one of the most relatable leadership stories in the entire Bible, the moment Moses learned a lesson many people still struggle with today. You cannot do everything alone.
Moses, you can't do this alone.
After the dramatic victory against Amalek at Rephidim, the Israelite camp finally became peaceful again.
Israel, enjoy yourself!
The sounds of battle disappeared. Children played between tents again. Families gathered around campfires. The desert winds moved gently through the camp. But while the people rested, Moses was still carrying something heavy: responsibility. Because leading Israel was not easy. Imagine millions of people asking you questions every single day. Moses, he stole my goat. Moses, whose tent belongs here? Moses, my neighbor is yelling again. At this point, Moses probably wanted to hide behind a rock somewhere. But then, something beautiful happened.
Lord,
Far across the
this
desert,
burden is
a small
too heavy
caravan
for me.
approached the Israelite camp. And at the front of that caravan was Jethro, Moses' father-in-law. Jethro was not alone. He brought Zipporah, Moses' wife, and Moses' two sons, Gershom and Eliezer. Now imagine this emotional moment. Moses had been leading Israel through miracles, plagues, the Red Sea, and war, and suddenly, he sees his family again. The man who stood before Pharaoh, now kneeling to hug his children. This powerful. Moses rushed out to welcome Jethro personally.
Mother-in-law is
They
here.
embraced warmly. Then Moses brought them into the camp and began telling Jethro everything God had done. The plagues in Egypt, the Red Sea opening, water from the rock, the battle against Amalek. And Jethro listened in amazement. Can you imagine hearing these stories directly from Moses himself? Jethro probably sat there like, "The sea did what?" The Bible says Jethro rejoiced greatly. He praised God. He worshipped with the elders of Israel. For one evening, everything felt peaceful. But the next morning, reality returned. At sunrise, the people gathered outside Moses' tent, and gathered, and gathered, and gathered. Then, a long line stretched across the camp. Thousands of Israelites waiting for Moses to settle disputes and answer questions. And Moses sat there, all day long, morning to evening, listening, judging, teaching, solving arguments, one case after another, no pause, no rest, no backup. Jethro watched quietly from a distance. At first maybe he was impressed, but as the hours passed, his expression changed. Concern, because Moses looked exhausted, the people looked exhausted, everybody looked exhausted. And honestly, Jethro saw something Moses could not see. Moses was trying to carry an entire nation by himself. As the sun began to set, Moses was still working. Can you imagine standing in that line all day? Some Israelites probably got home like, well, maybe tomorrow. Finally, Jethro approached Moses privately, and he asked, "What is this you are doing for the people?" Moses explained, "The people come to me to seek God's will," and honestly, Moses meant well. He cared deeply for the people. He wanted to help everybody. But then Jethro said something incredibly important. "What you are doing is not good." Wow, not evil, not sinful, just not good. Jethro continued, "You and these people who come to you will only wear yourselves out." In other words, Moses, you are burning out. And this advice still matters today. Because some people think being overwhelmed means they are strong. But sometimes, it just means you are carrying responsibilities you were never meant to carry alone.
You need to understand and do something fast before it becomes too late.
Aaron, my father-in-law has advised me I need to choose judges now. Let us see how he...
Jethro then gave Moses one of the wisest leadership strategies in the Bible. He told him, "Teach the people God's laws, but appoint capable men to help lead and judge the nation. Leaders over thousands, judges over hundreds, fifties, and judges over tens. Smaller cases would be handled by these judges. Only the difficult matters would come to Moses, and suddenly, everything changed. Can you imagine the relief on Moses' face? Probably thinking, wait, you mean I can actually rest? But this moment is bigger than leadership. It is about humility, because Moses had to accept help, and that is hard for many people. Some people think asking for help is weakness, but sometimes wisdom is knowing your limits. Even Moses needed support. The next morning, Moses gathered the people. Thousands stood before him in the desert wilderness, and Moses began appointing leaders throughout Israel. Wise men, trustworthy men, capable men. Suddenly, the endless lines became smaller. The camp became more organized. People received help faster. Peace slowly returned. And for the first time in a long time, Moses could finally breathe. The burden was no longer crushing one man alone. Now the responsibility was shared. And honestly, that changed Israel forever. Eventually, Jethro prepared to leave. Imagine Moses standing there watching his father-in-law depart into the wilderness, knowing one conversation had completely changed his leadership forever. Jethro did not fight in Israel's battles. He did not part the Red Sea. He did not perform miracles. But sometimes, the right advice at the right moment can save a person from collapse. And maybe someone watching this right now needs that reminder too. You do not have to carry everything alone. Not your stress, not your fears, not your responsibilities. Even Moses needed help.
Lord, I
and
am
there is
tired.
no shame in admitting you are tired. If this story encouraged
Lord,
you
I
today,
need your
take a
help.
moment and think about this question. What burden have you been trying to carry alone? Let me know down in the comments. And if you know someone who feels overwhelmed right now, share this video with them. It might encourage them more than you realize. And do not forget to like this video and subscribe for more cinematic Bible stories brought to life with powerful storytelling. We are building an amazing community here together. Until next time, remember this: even the strongest leaders need help sometimes. And Moses' greatest moment of wisdom
Aaron,
may have been the
my
moment he
father-in-law has
finally
advised
accepted
me
it.
I need to choose judges now.
And remember to subscribe so I could teach you more of God's law.